I'm back on YouTube again, kinda. Well, YouTube is not my full-time job, but I would love to start a series again or something where I talk about design, get more creatives with me for more of the podcast, and just, talk about design in general. Without rambling about, today's topic is portfolios. I think we've all had really, really good content from other designers about how to build a portfolio. Maybe I'll make one video in the future about how to create your portfolio or how to even create a project. But today's not going to be that. Before that, let me introduce myself. I am Maitreyee. I am a founder, creative director, designer, and illustrator based in Bangalore, India. I've been working solo and with my team with so many amazing clients, starting from Budweiser, OnePlus, Samsung, UCLA, Adobe, and even more. And I've been working in this industry for more than 9 years now. 9 years! So, portfolios. I've been working as a professional creative director and an art director for more than 4 years now. So I have always worked as a creative director, art director for my own personal studio, but I've been hired by agencies like Oliver Agency as a consultant or a contract art director or a creative director. I've been working with a lot of such agencies, studios, even companies which are not at all in the design field, so that they can understand how they can go ahead when it comes to design, branding, and packaging their whole products and services. I've also been mentoring a lot of designers as well as companies when it comes to creativity, branding, visual identity as a whole. We've done researches and stuff, and one thing that I've done in common for every single one, including my studio, is hiring people. Hiring is a tough topic. It's not easy. And finding a good fit for your company or finding a good fit for someone else's agency or a studio or a company is a completely different task. One thing that really helps me out in finding a person is portfolios. So let's start talking about portfolios. I have a list, by the way. My Notion doc was on it. Anyways, okay. I have a list, by the way, so that I don't forget about things that I want to talk to you about, and here we go. So I think we've always seen people talk about portfolios and how to build and how to put projects in it and how to present it and stuff. I would love to cover that topic one day, but today we're going to talk about completely different, and I don't see a lot of designers talk about it, or I don't see a lot of senior designers or creative directors talking about it. What is portfolios in general? I think portfolios in general, your body of work that you show a potential client or someone who's going to hire you so that they understand the work that you do, your kind of mindset that you go through, the process of creating the portfolio, the project and everything. And it's just the work, it's what you do and what you can do for them in short. Now let us talk about segregation of portfolio in general. Whenever you're showing your work on whichever platform it is your portfolio. I like to segregate portfolios into different spaces. One is long form portfolio and second is a short form portfolio. Let's talk about long form portfolio. This is my definition, this is the way I look at it, and this is how I have kind of strategized my own portfolio system. Long form portfolios is your traditional spaces where you promote your work, where you show your work, which is Behance, Dribbble, or your own website. All these portfolio sites where you can put your long form content or long form portfolios, and you can write case studies, research, and strategies are your long form portfolios, which are one of the best ways to get hired, right? In long form content portfolios, I feel talking more about your process is really, really great. So whenever we are writing about case studies, we are writing about our behind the scenes, we're writing about our process, our strategies and research and whatever, we write a lot of things in our case studies for our portfolios, right? So there are 3 types of long form portfolio segregations that I've seen. Again, this is my definition for it. And one of these 3 might work for you, the others might not. There are 3 ways you can present a long form portfolio. First, a lot of write-up, a lot of case study with strategies and research with supportive visuals. The second is visuals with a little bit of write-up. And third is balance between both. Again, this depends on which kind of field you are in. This always depends upon you and how you want to present your work. I think we've always seen product designers, UI designers, or UX designers being more into the category 1. I think in those fields, how you came up with a certain button is really, really important, because the visuals might not look amazing as an illustration, so they have to write a lot about their logic and how they came up with the idea. So I think we've always seen people in the product design or the UI design industry or the UX designers are always coming into the category 1. We've always seen people who do illustrations, photography in category number 2, where visuals play on the role. They always write about what they work on, but not as much as people who are in product or UI or UX design. In category 3 though, that field is open for anybody and everybody. We always see people who are in visual identity design, like logos, or people who create packaging designs, because it needs how you came up with that packaging design idea with a lot of visuals and mock-ups and a little bit of behind the scenes. Again, there is no right or wrong when it comes to how you can present your portfolio, but this is the kind of pattern that I have been seeing personally on Behance or websites and stuff. So what is the right way? Sorry to burst your bubble, but there is none. In the design industry, I have so many close friends and who've had really big case studies and write-ups and research and strategy about it, and it has worked so well for them. It has not worked that great for me. For my Behance personally, I think the audience that I get is more visual. So I also do a lot of illustrations. I do a lot of packaging designs. I have also done a lot of visual identity design in general. Most of the case studies or most of the projects that I've put up on my website as well as my Behance, they're all visual based mostly. So I kind of come into category 2. Sometimes I don't even write anything. Fun fact, the projects that I've not written anything in, like I've not written anything, absolutely nothing in, have gotten the Behance badges. They're mostly all illustration, but it's a big deal. So there is no right or wrong way, but I would absolutely tell you guys to go and experiment. In creative field, it is so subjective. You don't know what's gonna work for you. Something that works for me might not work for you. That's the category 1 of long form portfolios. What about short form portfolios? It is Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on and so forth. It is somewhere where you just put short content about the work that you do. It can also be a lot about behind the scenes that you should provide. It can also be mini vlogs that you do. Trust me, that is very important. If you feel that you're just sending your Behance or your website to a company, they will snoop around your social media as well. I have almost hired people from Behance work was so great, but it was something off when I checked their social medias out. Their Behance work is so put together, really great case studies, something that is so beyond what even I do when I post my projects up on Behance. But when it came to their social medias and everyday work that they do, something didn't match. So their sketches, ideations on their Instagram was really off. And it didn't match on the projects that they have done at all. I've seen a lot of my mentees from all around the world who come for portfolio suggestions and portfolio mentorships literally are taking case study templates from an amazing case study that has been posted like long time back, and they're trying to copy each and everything, right? They're just trying to take successful templates from Behance and websites and try to create their own by small tweaks here and there. And I've gone through so much work online that I can literally pinpoint out that this was the copy of this. And it's really sad to see people doing that. I personally feel no content is completely original content, but I don't think we should copy template by template or picture by picture anything. That's just sad. Their Instagram content or their Twitter content was really, really bad. They couldn't even draw a single line, and they were showing off on Behance that they were illustrators. But there was another way around as well. I was working with this creative director, and she really wanted to hire somebody who I really didn't like. And she's like, "Oh, did you see their Instagram though?" I'm like, "No, I just checked their Behance, and this was a long time ago, when I didn't know that you can do this." And she said, "Have you checked their Instagram out?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." She was like, "You should definitely check their Instagram out." And she sent me links about their Instagram, like their old work on Tumblr, and it's easier for you to track anyways. Their old LinkedIn posts and something else. And that ideations that they did on those posts was so good. So good. It was just sketches. And it was about how a bird icon came about. It was just small details about how this feather came in and this and that. It was just sketches. But that ideation was so strong that it just blew our mind, and their Behance was not that great. And I almost said no just by looking at their Behance, but their Instagram was so good that the company I was working as a consultant was willing to take that risk in hiring them. And I think it was a good call in the end. So you never know. So short form portfolios are also make or break kind of a thing nowadays. And I think we should definitely take an advantage of it. Second, on how you can present yourself on your short form portfolios. I personally feel it's a day-to-day social media when it comes to short form portfolios, Instagram, Twitter, even LinkedIn, right? I really love to see personalities, a person behind the projects that I've been seeing on Behance or their website. I absolutely love to see sketches, hobbies, their pets and sketches of their pets or paintings or something that everybody's doing on their social media. And that kind of a social media really pumps your portfolio up. Show a little bit about behind the scene. Don't post the same content on Behance and the same content on Instagram always. If you're posting it 90%, that 10% should be a little bit rough content. It can be about sketching, again, behind the scenes, the process and stuff. And it's really fun to see that. Otherwise, it just feels like a blank canvas, and it just makes us feel like we're cut off from the people who are behind this amazing creative world that we see, right? Keep Behance very professional. Keep a website with a little bit of personality, and Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, you can really enjoy and talk about yourself, your process, your portfolios, your hobbies, and how you started noticing things and how you put that in your work, and every single thing that you can do to show off your creative side. Don't be shy. It's completely okay. I think we all have different processes. We all have different thinking styles, and it's fine if we don't match there. I think that's the missing piece that usually companies are looking for. I really wanted to talk about these two different spaces of portfolios, and one day we'll get into how to create portfolios and how to present your portfolio when you are in an interview. Yeah, let me know if you guys like this type of content. I would love to make more. YouTube is not my full-time game, but I would love to still try and make time for it. But all the best and keep creating. Bye.